Shepnaz Podcast begins now.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Shepnaz Podcast. I'm Pastor Zack, your host, and we're so grateful that you joined us today for a very special episode where we get to talk to a good friend of mine about something amazing that we love around here at Shepherd. But first, let me introduce you to my good friend, the one, the only, Mr. JR Judy. Can we give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh, man, a studio welcome.
Welcome for all the guests out there.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes, welcome to live audience here today.
First time ever?
First, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Yes, exactly.
Well, love it, dude. Well, hey, welcome to the podcast, my friend. And you are here because you have a very fun and special title, that of a role that you carry around here at Shepherd, that you are, help me get this right, you are the lead director of our Shepherd Basketball and Upward program here at the church.
You got it.
Did I nail it?
Yeah, league director, Shepnaz Basketball and Upward, alongside Mike Taylor, who has done this for a long time, but big shoes to fill, but I love this role.
Yeah, man. Well, you're very good at it.
Oh, stop it.
Well, you are, man. I'm just going to say, there's a reason you're here. You know, it's one thing that, and I'm not just going to spend this whole podcast giving you a big ego.
You could, though.
But I might. It might happen. But even like, so my father-in-law, Calvin Green, he was a huge part of Upward. Like, he worked for the Upward organization for years and years and years and would travel around. And every time that he walks in here on a Saturday, because both of my kids have been involved in Upward, just sings the praises of how awesome this program is and loves to see like how many people are here. And he always comments like, man, that guy's so energetic. Like, you can just tell he loves doing this.
I cheat. I have energy drinks on Saturday mornings.
Caffeine does help, but your heart is in the right place.
It is.
Too.
And I've actually talked to him a couple of times on Saturdays, and I love picking his brain as someone who's done this before.
Right.
Because like, as we've been on an upward trajectory, but there is so much more we can do and I want to do. So like, I'm just, every day we do this, I'm more excited for the stuff we get to do.
For sure. Well, and that's something beautiful about this is like, you guys have such a passion for this program that this is not just something like we just show up and do every year, but it's like, all right, last year was awesome. How do we make it even greater?
Right.
You know, every year is a step up, and we got a whole list of amazing things that we are going to talk about, which are ways that you guys are stepping up and making this better, even more amazing this year. But tell me first off, like, how did you get involved in the Upward program? Like, I know sports have been a huge part of your life, but like, how did you get involved in Upward and why Upward basketball?
Well, so I even need to back up before I got involved. I mean, we talked about, even before we went on air, the history of this league. This league is turning 35 years old this year.
That is crazy.
This league has been, if you ask people in Gahanna, you know, a sports league, Shepnaz Basketball comes up 9 times out of 10 because it is, there is that pedestal and there's that reputation that we have built, but also now it's Mike and and Brian, everybody else's job to uphold and build upon. So there's a lot of pressure on this too.
No pressure.
No pressure. We have to deliver.
Right.
But for me, it's a really rewarding role because I have been in every role you can be in at Shepnaz Basketball.
Really?
I started as a player. I found pictures recently. I am in both gyms. There is carpet in both gyms. There are mountains painted on the walls.
Yeah.
I showed my oldest son a picture and he goes, "That's not church."
That's not our place.
I'm like, that is our place. That is how old I am.
Few paint jobs ago, but
paint jobs, few floors ago. But so I started out there, and then when I was in, when I played, we had up till 8th grade, and then I was never going to make a high school basketball team. Openly.
That's okay.
So then I kind of like, stepped away. I started doing some coaching stuff other places. And one of my best friends when I was in college, his younger brother is playing basketball and says, "Hey, I need a basketball coach." I'm like, "Where are you playing at?" And he goes, "Shepherd." And I go,
I know that place.
That would be cool. So I get involved in coaching. And this is the year before Mike Taylor takes over.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I'm coaching pre-Mike Taylor even. And then, I coach a couple seasons with him and then step away for a couple years. I start going to church with my wife, who's been here her entire life.
Right.
And I'm talking to Mike about basketball and she goes, "You like basketball." So I start coaching again. And I coached for 5 or 6 years, go through the pandemic. And then Mike is like, "Hey, do you want to start running this with me?" I became the assistant director.
Yep.
And then as of last year, he passed the baton. So now I'm a co-leader with him. As he's starting to transition, he has done a tremendous job. And now I'm trying to fulfill that. But I literally started from kindergarten on the bench to now I am all the way up, and it is a weird way to look back at it.
I bet, man. I bet. But that also shows me like that's the perfect place to be for somebody who is stepping into like a leadership role in this, is that this is an organization that you care about not just because of what it can be, but what it has been for you. Right. Like you see the value of it, which is a very unique perspective, you know?
There are still moments where like I will have my buddies, they'll text me every so often because they know I'm running it now. And they're like, hey, remember this one time we played in this one game? And I'm like, jarring a 20-year memory. I'm like, yeah, I remember that. But
I also have every Saturday to think about between that moment and right now.
Right. But I remember that one Saturday, that one play that you remember clearly. I don't remember.
So wild, man. I love it. Well, tell us a little bit then about like, what is Upward of Shepnaz basketball? Like, what can people expect if their kids sign up to play or cheer? Like, what do they expect when they are signing up to do this?
So when you sign up for Shepnaz basketball or Shepnaz cheerleading or Upward or whatever you want to call it, this whole program, we are an opportunity for anybody of any skill level to come on the court or come on the stage and be part of this.
Yep.
Once you sign up, you are part of Shepnaz. Whether you're a player, a cheerleader, a coach, a volunteer, you are now part of us.
Yep.
And we give that opportunity, especially in our younger ages. This is a learning league.
Yeah.
You could have never touched a basketball before. You could have played travel basketball. You are here.
Yeah.
And then when you get to these older leagues, our 4th grade, our 5th grade, our 6th grade, you get to be a little more competitive. We're preparing you and helping you get ready for a school tryout.
Right.
7th, 8th grade, high school. If you don't make a school team, we still want you to be active. We still want you to be here.
Yep.
We are that community outreach, and we also give you kind of the best of both worlds. We have a faith aspect, we have a fun aspect, and you don't get that in a very serious competitive league. Right. So I love that part.
Yeah, that's huge. And I mean, I have seen so many, because you know this, and most of our listeners probably know this, like, I am not an athlete. I don't have an athletic bone in my body.
You got one.
Maybe. Maybe. Debatable, right? And so, sports have never been my thing. Mm-hmm. I love the team aspect. I love that we have opportunities for kids to stay involved on the offs, if they don't make that team or whatever. But what I think I love the most about what we do here at Shepherd is like every ministry that we have around this church, whether it's a Sunday morning thing, whether it's an extracurricular thing, whether it's bikers, like everything we do here falls under the umbrella of our mission, that we are people helping people take their next step with Jesus. And so when you said like there's a faith aspect, right? I love that. How do I want to say this? I don't know if there's a pretty way to say it, so forgive me. But like, there's a lot of times where it's hard to walk the line of like, hey, we want you to come be involved and we're going to beat you over the head with a Bible and then we might play some basketball.
Right.
Or it's, we're going to play basketball and then like, we'll just like say, hey, Jesus is cool. And then that's it. Right. But what I love that you guys do, like, for all the rehearsals. Hey, look at me.
There's athletic
sports guy. The rehearsals for the sports event.
The sports ball.
The sports ball times. For your practices, like you're starting those practices with a time of scripture where we are doing devotionals with these kids. We're taking time to pray. There's moments where these coaches have to like invest in these kids' spiritual lives, which is super important. And I've even seen that in my own kids' lives where, fortunately, unfortunately, depends on, who you ask, if it's them or me. They live at this church.
Right.
And so I love that they are still getting the word of God in a way that's not being force-fed down their throats. Or I guess what I'm trying to say is it doesn't come off as like a deterrent for people being involved. I think I love that the group that comes in is so diverse of like, we have people that are here every single day of their lives because they go to school here, they go to church here. You have people that are involved that are from other churches. And then you have people that come that they may never step foot in a church outside of Shepnaz basketball. But either way, they're all on the same playing field of receiving the word of God. Can you tell me a little bit about like, one, why that's important to you guys? And two, like what that looks like for you when it comes to putting that together, actually sharing the word. Like what is it? Why do we even do it, man? What's going on with it?
Well, I'm going to tell. So I'm going to go back to me as a kid.
Yep.
So middle school, where you're confused, you're trying to figure out stuff sometimes.
Right.
I was not a full-on church kid in middle school, but when I played here, there was one year they gave us a a basketball themed New Testament. It was that kind of a handout Bibles, whatever. I still have it.
Oh, that's cool.
That is one of those things I kept.
Yeah.
And I'll still look over. I'm like, that lasted, that lingered, that was something. And I was talking with some pastors and some other, from different churches who play basketball. And I was talking to them about this and they made a good point. And with 1,500 kids, cheerleaders, parents, whatever, in the building a week, we may be the only Jesus they get.
Yep.
And we've got 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And like you said, we're not beating them over the head. The way that Upward does their devotionals, they're very easy and they're very digestible.
Yes.
And they're very engaging.
Yeah.
They're open conversations. I had the pleasure of doing one night of devotionals last season, and I had kindergartners, and that was so fun.
Oh, I bet.
Because they all had an opinion. They all wanted to speak up, and they all wanted to be involved, and that gets you motivated.
Yeah.
And then when you look out and you've got the parents, the first couple weeks, they're on their phones and they're not paying attention, but 6-7 weeks later, they're kind of rising up in the chair a little bit. And I'm like, that is what we want.
Yep.
Our mission is not to get you all the way here at Shepherd.
Right.
It's that next step.
Yep.
And if we can do that through basketball, that is awesome.
100%.
And this year, last year, for our seniors, we started doing something similar to what I had gotten when I was playing, and that's our senior gift. We gave them a Bible
love that.
from the staff and a letter from the staff. And I know, because now some of these seniors are coming to our men's ministry for basketball. And again, if I can plant that seed, that's our job. And that is so rewarding.
100%. Well, I think it's a good reminder for every believer out there that's listening. At least if you're anything like me, when I grew up, if you grew up in church, I grew up in church where it was like, your mission is to get people saved. Like if you walk away and they haven't said the sinner's prayer, like you failed. And the older I've gotten and the more I read scripture, and when I look at like what our role actually is to point people to Jesus, right? It's to plant that seed. It's to love them like Christ would. Nowhere in scripture does it say like your job is to save people. It actually is very clear that says like the only person that can save is Jesus. Like it was only by his blood, and no amount of praying and talking puts that salvation quote like moment on you. What our job is to love people and to plant that seed. And if that's through basketball, whether that's through conversations, whatever that opportunity is, that's why I love our mission statement so much. It's not belittling and it's not minimizing the impact that we can have on people, but it is almost empowering us that in everything we do, we can help people take at least one step closer to Jesus.
And it's interesting. When you were talking, I was thinking about this. So we've tried a couple of different things and we're still adapting. And this is the beauty of having 35 years of history is we can learn from successes, failures, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
The devotions for the younger kids has always been a success.
Right.
Because it's so easy.
Right.
And easy is a bad word, but it's easy for them to get involved.
Yeah.
The older kids are kind of like my new mission. I want to figure out ways to get them. And I remember a couple years ago, and this is not an excuse, but when I had more time, quote unquote, not being the head director, I was running the same thing of a pregame devotion for the older kids before their games. And I had a dad listen one time, and he wrote me a letter, like an actual letter, like thanking us. And I was like,
wow.
Like he's like, my kid is asking questions. I'm like, cool. That is what I want.
That's huge.
So like any chance that we can get these conversations started, like that's my number one goal. I don't care. Obviously I want kids to have fun and score a bunch of baskets, but if I can get you one step closer, that's way more of a success.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. I love it, man. That gets me excited. Well, there's a few things that we wanted to hit on before we wrapped up today. And so there are some things, like we said at the beginning of the episode, like every year we're looking to improve. Every year we're going to be pivoting to forward the mission of this amazing ministry. So one of the things we have here is some registration updates. Do you want to fill us in on what that looks like?
We do. So for the last, I don't know how many years, registration has always been September 1st at midnight. We love that. Especially Mike Taylor loves that because Mike Taylor, for some reason, loves being woken up by 1,000 emails at midnight. I'm sure his wife loves it too.
Oh, guaranteed.
But so the good and the bad of that is we know the time, but we've also had the history of the last couple of years of crashing the website.
Right.
Because you guys are awesome and want to play, and we want you to do that.
Yep.
So we're adjusting that a little bit just to try to prevent the website crashes. So registration will still be September the 1st, but it will be at 8:00 in the morning.
Okay.
So to open up, hopefully have more tech support. We talked with our tech team. We've got a couple things in place to hopefully avoid the website crash.
Yep.
But if it does, they're awake and they're ready to work on it.
There's people at the ready.
There's people at the ready. The other thing with registration that I want to talk about, we sent an email out. The pricing has changed a little bit. We notoriously have been underpriced. And that's one of our things we pride ourselves in. We try to remain underpriced. Yep. Obviously, things are expensive.
Yeah.
Referees are expensive. Utilities are expensive.
Yep.
So we've bumped up prices a little bit. If you are playing in the upward division with our basketball or cheerleading, it'll be $175 this season. That includes all of your practice time, all of your court time, your uniform, everything is included for $175.
Yeah.
If you are playing fourth grade or up in our competitive basketball league, it'll be $195, and that includes your uniform as well for that. Yeah. So,
which really at the end of the day, with what you're getting, is not much.
Right.
You are already getting such a value for the money. I mean, and I'm saying that as a parent. Like I'm saying that as a parent who has watched both my kids go through this program, right? The amount of mentorship that they get, the amount of teaching that they get with the actual sport, they're getting life coaching. Right. You know, they're learning about what discipline looks like and teamwork looks like, and being able to tough it out when things get hard, you know. And then they're also getting the spiritual aspect as well. I mean, and a uniform. And
Come on, man. And you can keep the uniform.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're not playing the compare and contrast game, but I mean, there are other leagues out there that you can play in. One of them that we found is you get, between games and practice, you get a total of 10 hours on the court for the same price that we offer for $195.
Right.
We give you 3 months.
Right.
And in that 3 months, we are looking at the investment in you off the court more than on the court.
Yes.
So that's where I think you kind of get your return is if you really just take that first step, there's a return. Yep, the other registration thing I want to hit on is specifically to our fourth grade girls. Yeah. With this 35 years of history, we've gotten feedback from players, coaches in the past, and our fourth grade boys have the opportunity to play on the full court in the FLC, and they get to, have a little more structure to it.
Yeah.
For space and for time, the fourth grade girls have never really gotten that opportunity. So we're going to adjust a little bit. If you're a fourth grade girl going into this season, you're going to have 2 options on your registration form. You have the option to stay in the Central Complex, do upward. If you want to get that learning environment, I'd love to have you there. Yep. If you think you're ready to move up, we are going to open up 5th and 6th grade girls a little bit. You can play up with the 5th and 6th grade girls because that league mostly is full, but I love a full league in every division.
Absolutely. So. That's awesome. I love it. Another thing that you guys do that I love is that this is an opportunity for us to serve even outside of the 4 walls of our church. And like, how do we give back to our community? And so there's a couple awesome things that you're doing that I wanted you to hit on. One, it looks like you're doing a hat and coat drive and also a food drive. You want to tell us a little bit more about that? So
normally we do a Grin food drive. That's normally kind of middle of the season. We're going to move that actually and adjust it. Rather than doing a 1 week or a 2 week food drive, we're going to make the entire month of February a canned food drive with Gahanna Residents in Need. That's our normal partner for that. So we're going to have more details of that closer to the month of February, but the entire month of February, we're going to do a food drive. I think it's important to get back to Gahanna, especially. And they've been a great supporter of us all for years. So I think it's only fair that we give back.
Right.
Month of January, we're going to try something new, and we don't have all the details fleshed out of this one just yet, but we're going to do a hat and coat drive, gloves, socks, whatever. It's cold. And it's Ohio. We have so many opportunities to get back to this community, and I think that it's our responsibility to be that good shepherd of it.
Yes.
And so I think we're going to try this in January. We're looking for more information. We'll give that more to you guys in December. But hats, coats, socks, gloves, really anything we can do. We have the opportunity, so I say we use it.
Oh, 100%. And like that's one thing I always look at our church. Like one of the things we do here that I absolutely love as a church is our 1-for-1.
Yes.
Where if you don't know what that is, for every month we highlight an organization or a ministry that gives back. And I know like Gahanna Residents in Need, aka Grin, is one of them that we partner with a ton. And there's a bunch. So every month we have a different one. And so for every single person that attends either service at our Gahanna or Johnstown location, as well as attends online, we give $1 on their behalf. And so if 500 people show up in person and another 600 online, we're giving $1,100 that week. We're going to add that up for, say we have that four weeks in a row. We're going to take all that money and we're going to donate it to an organization. Because we believe that God has blessed us and it is our job to bless others as well. And so I love that we are also using our basketball program to literally do the same thing. And when I look at, stuff like hats and coats is something we take for granted so much. It's like, if I had $1 for every time I just got frustrated because my kid forgot their coat or had, we got to go buy another hat because they left their hat on the bus or whatever. And there's so many people in our own backyard that don't have that stuff. They can't afford that stuff.
And it's one of those things you overlook, like you said, but it's such easy is the wrong word, but it's such an easy thing we can do.
Yes. It's tangible.
Exactly.
It's within reach. It's not something where it's like, well, I can't go to Africa and build an orphanage, but I can donate a coat.
And it's just like one for one. It adds up quickly, and you don't realize how quickly it adds up. The last time we did Grin, man, we had way more than we expected.
Right.
I think we measured. It was like 2 or 3 Shaquille O'Neal's worth of weight. I don't know why I used Shaquille O'Neal as the measurement, but
heavyweight.
It was but we had a lot, and we were impressed, and we were so grateful for it. And that's what one of the things we love is how generous the entire league really is.
Absolutely. Well, and like you said earlier, I think you had mentioned briefly, but if you've never been here on a Saturday during basketball season, there's up to 1,500 people.
Yeah. So between practices and games, and so we have practices Monday through Thursday. We have games Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and it's all day Saturday.
Right.
There's probably 1,500 unique people who will pass through our doors. And again, that's that first step into Shepherd. We would love you to be taking more steps into Shepherd, but we're glad you're here.
Yes.
And it's our job to help you there. But the fact that they're so willing to give, they may only come here for basketball, but I've seen people come in with bags of stuff for Grin, and I'm just blown away by the generosity of people.
It's huge, man. I mean, think if every single person brought in one item.
Oh my gosh.
Every week that they came in here, that's thousands upon thousands of items that we could do. Yeah. It's crazy.
I get excited just thinking about that stuff.
Me too, man. Me too. It gets me pumped up. And again, it shows me that a simple act on our part, what can seem like nothing to us, to bring a couple cans of food that we're probably going to sit in our pantry anyway untouched, what that can do for somebody who's truly in need. And it's just a simple way to really change somebody's life.
Right.
It can change their life. I love it. Well, we got a couple more things to hit here. You have lined up something that is pretty awesome. A special night that our kiddos get to participate in. And I'm not even going to say the name to spoil it because I want you to take it.
So this is the first public announcement of this.
Oh, drum roll, please.
This is in celebration of the 35th season of Shepnaz Basketball. I have reached out and communicated with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Ho-ho.
So we are going to have, at some point during the season, date to be determined, we are going to have Shepnaz Basketball Night at the Cleveland Cavaliers.
So wild.
We're going to have more information when we get it, but basically what's going to happen is they're going to give us discounted ticket rates, and we are going to send as many people as we can. You can buy your tickets through us, and you're going to come up with us to the Cleveland Cavaliers game.
Yep.
The cool thing about this, Zach, and this is the part I am super excited about and also super jealous I'm not playing in the league.
Right.
So with this Shepnaz Basketball Night, our Upward players, they know this. They're used to player tunnels. Right. Your kids have done it. This is if you ask me my favorite part of Shepnaz Basketball, it is the player tunnels for the Upward.
So fun.
We make tunnels by the doors. The kids run through. Everybody's loud. Everybody's screaming. Well, we're going to take about 60 kids. So if you sign up for a ticket, you're automatically entered into a drawing.
Yep.
60 of our kids, cheerleaders, basketball players, whoever, are going to be the tunnels for the players at the Cleveland Cavaliers game.
That's so wild.
And then, if you didn't get picked for this 60, another 20 are going to get picked. We're going to do a national anthem. They are going to stand with the players for the national anthem.
That's so awesome.
So the fact that we can get 80 kids this moment on the court at a Cleveland Cavaliers game, man, 10-year-old me is going nuts.
100%. I mean, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Right.
Like, where else are you going to potentially get this opportunity?
So we're going to have more information. The NBA schedule has not come out yet as of this recording.
Yep.
I don't know when you're watching this, but you should watch it multiple times. Watch this again and again.
Check it out. Share it with your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that share button.
Yeah, all the things. But so when the schedule comes out, we're going to work with the Cavaliers. We're going to have that date come out, and we will send all the information out to all of our players. And this goes to all of our church members too and our church staff. We want everybody in this Shepnaz family to be here.
Yeah.
If you attend on a Sunday and you want to come to the game and support the league, come with us.
Yeah, be awesome.
If you're on staff, come with us. If you're in a different ministry, come with us. Like Shepnaz Basketball is just part of Shepherd.
Right.
And you are part of Shepherd. Come be part of this. This is going to be a cool night.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. So such a cool opportunity. And then the last thing I have on here is outreach. What are some ways, my friend? Because here's the deal. I'm going to step on some toes by saying this. So
don't do mine.
Hopefully you wore your steel toe boots. I hear all the time, I wish there was more ways that I could serve. I'm looking for a place to serve. I want to get involved. I want to do this. And I hear that way more times than I actually see people stepping up. So my challenge right now is to turn on your listening ears, because if you're somebody who said, maybe it's time for me to step in, maybe it's time for me to jump in and do something, we have an opportunity for you right here, right now. JR, how can they jump in?
We've got plenty of opportunity, not just one. Shepnaz Basketball has so many different ways that we can be the hands and feet of the church, hands and feet of the league, and really reach out to everybody who's in the building. If you are a basketball person and you want to coach, that is the number one spot.
Yep.
If you are a cheerleading coach, that is the number one spot. Obviously, that's the easy one.
Right.
The other ones are almost the more impactful ones, though. So if you want to come support the league and you want a front row seat to the game, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, we have a score table up there that I would love to not sit at because I got to run a bunch of places.
Right.
Scoreboard, score table. You get a front row view of these games.
Yeah.
That's a great spot. If you are very open and want to greet people, we got 2 sets of gyms and we got 2 double doors. I'd love to have greeters at both doors and just say, welcome to the building. We're glad you're here.
Yeah.
On Friday nights and on Saturdays, we have a concession stand running.
Yep.
I am positive the concession stand crew would love some extra help in the concession stand. And the other thing is, if you have a small group, if you have a ministry, if you just are a member of the church and you want to support the league, we would love to just have you there on a game.
Yeah.
Pick a night, pick a team. Selfishly, I would love the small groups to all get assigned a team.
Yeah.
Like, that's your team. Like the 4th grade Bulls, that's your team. And like, man, my small group's going to go support the 4th grade Bulls. Just be there and be a part of it. You don't have to be a basketball person.
Right.
But when you're in that gym and you see a 4th grader hit a buzzer beater and he is running up and down the court going crazy, you feel something.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where like you can get sucked into the environment
100%.
and then you can reach out to these people and we can help be the hands and feet of the church and invite these people. You don't have to beat somebody over the head of the Bible during the game. They probably don't want that. I'm going to be honest. But after the game, hey, glad you're here. Hey, your kid made a really good shot. I'm so-and-so, and just start those conversations.
100%. One thing that my wife and I have been blessed with is like, we're kind of already baked in because our kids play, right? And as I mentioned, not a sports guy, not a basketball guy, but man, let me put it this way. If you want a good smile, if you want to have joy in your heart, come watch little kids play basketball for the first time. Dude, you will laugh so hard. You will cheer so loud. You will get so invested. And like my wife and I built so many relationships where like, the parents of kids that have been, continuously around our kids' age, like we just see them every season and we get so excited. It's like, oh my gosh, there's so-and-so's parents. And like they ask how we've been doing. We ask how they've been doing. We go out to lunch. We like connect with these people on a deeper level where it's not like, hey, I just want you to come to my church. It's like, we're just getting in the lives. Exactly. We're building these relationships where it's like, I just genuinely care.
My wife has sports friends now.
Yes.
The other moms are her sports friends and now they hang out. We have those conversations.
Yep.
You want to go one up on a happy moment.
Yeah.
Obviously I want you there every week, but if you're only going to come one week, come the last week of the season because you can tell if there's a kid who hasn't scored a basket yet.
Yep.
And when they score that basket in week 8, it is the best thing you will see all weekend.
100%.
And those are the moments that I love so much from this league.
Absolutely, man. You're just giving kids opportunity to grow, to spread joy, to learn about Jesus. I mean, it doesn't get anything better than that, man. I love it. I love it. Well, is there anything else that we need to hit on that you would like to share? Where can they go to find more information? How can they connect with you? Let it rip.
Shepnazbasketball.org is going to be your home, especially for registration. That's September 1st, 8 o'clock in the morning. Do not forget the time has changed. So if you set your alarm at midnight and you're waking up your spouse, they're going to be mad at you.
Yes.
So set that alarm a little bit later, but not too late.
Right.
It will fill up. We filled up the last 2 years, 50% of the entire program in the first 24 hours. So it's not a threat. It's a promise. It will fill up.
Right.
So don't wait. I've known multiple parents who have waited and their kid has missed out.
Yep, 100%.
The other thing, Facebook, Instagram, we will be Shepnaz Basketball, especially during the season. Mm-hmm. You will see me roaming with a camera. I try to post as many highlights as I can of the kids because it's cool for them to have these memories. Yeah. So follow us now, get a part now, especially with the Cavs night coming up. I will post as much information as we can. Once you're registered, you'll get a bunch of emails from us, but what your job right now is to register, and then we will see you in November for assessments and whatnot. But in between there, you feel free to reach out, snbb@shepnaz.org. Send us an email. There's a link on the website as well. If you have questions, just reach out. We will answer anything you need, and we'll get you set up. We just want you here.
Yep, 100%. Well, there you have it, folks. You know where to go to look for the information. JR, thanks so much for being in here today, buddy. Me. Always a pleasure hanging out with you, my friend. I love this dude. I love him.
That's my guy.
I always know I'm going to get a hug on Sunday morning from this dude right here. And so let me tell you, you should get involved. He's a great dude. It's a great ministry. Everybody that's involved in it is amazing. And it's an amazing opportunity for you to be the hands and feet of Jesus, man. We encourage you to do so. If you have any more questions, you know you can reach out to Shepnaz Basketball. You can also reach out to podcast@shepnaz.org, and we will get you in the right place. But for JR and Zack, we hope you have an amazing day. See you next time.
See ya.
This podcast is a production of the Shepherd Church of the Nazarene, Gahanna, Ohio. Email to podcast@shepnaz.org and let us know what you think.